Yep. It's your boy Boss. You already know.
Another one. Cool when they do it. It's a problem when I do it.
Yep. So you know we gotta talk today, man. Y'all come on in. So, man. So week 1 of free agency is actually not officially done. And we got fleeced once, but we finessed 2 times. Ooh-wee. So, Cowboy Nation, I know you feeling good. You should be. This has the feeling of a go all in. I'm gonna be honest with you, it's not. That's the funny thing. This is still, what we looking at is Dallas is still not going all in. What you actually witnessing is what Jared was talking about the whole time. He was talking about this in the middle. I'm gonna take a break. I'll be right back. Let me get this Millennial Falcon going. Y'all kick back. Slim, yeah. Iceberg still on that Dalton Kincaid. I'm gonna piss you off, bro. I'm gonna go and get rid of it. Alpha Reds, he say CJ, GJ to the Lions. Yes, okay. And then Johnny said we got better today, Cowboy Nation. Yeah, we did. Yes, we did. Albert, I see you. Tariq, I see you. What's going on? I see y'all coming on in this building, man. Y'all keep coming, man. Y'all pack the house. I see y'all coming. Love it. I see y'all coming on in. Yeah, this gonna be a good show, man. We can just kind of talk this through. Yeah, we gonna talk this through, man. We gonna talk this all the way through.
Finesse, 2 on.
Yeah, we finessed it. 2 on.
Cool when they do it. It's a problem when I do it.
Let's go. BossCowboySports, where your voice matter. Obviously, this is a very interesting day with the, news of Brandon Cooks. I know y'all should be feeling a lot better. I am. I'm not actually surprised. I'm not gonna be, oh yeah. I kind of knew they was gonna do something, man. I really did. We all did, but it was about kind of waiting it out. So obviously the thumbnail talked about us being fleeced once, but we finessed 2 times, because honestly, we had to. Cowboy Nation, I'm gonna tell you something. In my honest to God opinion, we were sitting in a very hard place, and it obviously started from Amari. All right. So isn't it funny? We signed Brandon Cooks, right? Or Brandon Cooks getting ready to be he's official, right? But if you just take a look, let me show y'all something real quick that's very interesting. That's just so funny to see. Let me just show y'all something. Let me just kind of, isn't it funny that we signed Brandon Cooks, but what's officially trending is Amari. And so obviously he's trending, but why? Why is he trending, but we signed Brandon Cook? See, in my opinion, the Dallas Cowboys was in a hard place that they put themselves in. They put themselves in this place by being fleeced with the Amari Cooper deal. Yeah, they was definitely fleeced, and they fleeced themselves. More so, we talked about this a lot, but obviously they was betting on Kellen Moore. So we talked about this, but Kellen Moore was the whole reason that they fleeced themselves. He was the entire reason. Some of y'all new to the channel, so y'all, this gonna be new to you. So let me just show this little clip that's gonna catch everybody up, but we gonna talk about it real quick. Then we gonna talk about how we had to finesse to get back in the game. So here we go.
Back to the decision to head on Amari, his usage, not just production, but in terms of how often he was targeted, even when he was on the field, it was down. What do you make of his relative lack of involvement, especially for someone, you know, who's got the contract of a #1 wide receiver?
I just think it's an offensive philosophy, and with, you know, when we had the skilled players that we had, you know, between Kellen and Dak, I think there was a progression of, you know, where you threw the ball, and depending on how the defense played you, it would point the ball to, you know, to certain places where, hey, if they're going to double over here and they're going to double over the top over here, then that's going to dictate that the ball goes here. So
those were the days, the horrible days, where our offense was predicated on defense, where the defense would dictate where the ball was going to go. It was crazy. But it was systems football. It wasn't playmaker football. So playmaker football is what we currently getting ready to go into. That's why most of us was real excited with the exit of Kellen Moore. Now, believe you me, there are still a lot of Cowboy fans who are gung-ho and still believe in some kind of way in Kellen Moore. They still think we made a mistake, but we did not make a mistake. And you can clearly see that's why most people, especially the people that watch this channel, that's why most people that watch this channel already kind of knew what was happening when they got rid of him. It was a signal that we was moving out of systems versus playmakers and going back to playmakers versus system. So that whole system versus playmakers was something that Michael Irvin talked about, and we played that many times. I'm not gonna play it again, but we played that many times where he, you know, he let the cat out the bag, and he was talking about these owners that's trying to find these so-called ball geniuses so that they can beat you with systems. And that's what we was looking at with Kellen Moore. We was looking at option route systems that wasn't dependent on athletes. That's why they was going with people like Noah Brown, and they was raising up people like Dennis Houston. They was raising them up because they was saying we feel like we can beat teams with timing versus having to depend on athletes. So obviously with the termination of Kellen Moore, ushered in obviously the main guy's vision, the guy who came from the West Coast, the guy who always depended on playmakers. That's why most of us who've been reading the tea leaves already knew playmakers was coming. So when I showed Jerry, when he came out in his first appearance after our loss to San Fran, and remember he made his first appearance and his first public appearance at the Senior Bowl, and he gave a clue then. So let's talk about that. We talked about this before, but we catching up from that finesse to where we got fleeced, but then we had to finesse 2 times. And see, I'm serious on what I'm saying. We had to finesse 2 times. So real quick, so let's play this Jerry clip and we go talk about it real quick.
Building step.
Offensively, will you keep the same offense, or will you go back to what Mike used to run in Green Bay?
It will be, I'm sure, with added nuances of the times, but more importantly, the personnel.
So remember, he said more importantly. So basically he was saying what's gonna be the difference between you and Kellen Moore. See, it was a reason why he said more importantly the personnel. Because remember, under Kellen Moore, it was about systems. So you didn't have to put a bunch of resources allegedly into talent. That's why when you go look at that press conference with Stephen Jones and they asked about Amari, he said it was our system. So now that you got rid of Kellen Moore, you've also got rid of that system. So you also got rid of the philosophy. So hence Brandon Cook. But we paid for it too. We gonna talk about that. But let me play this one more time because it still could get better, y'all. As good as it's starting to get now, it still can get better. So check this out.
It will be, I'm sure, with added nuances of the times, but more importantly, the personnel.
I love how Jerry leaned into the camera when he said that. He said, and more importantly, the personnel. He was dead serious. Like, when I got excited over that, people was like, boss, calm down. That's Jerry. You know, you just be talking now. If you put it all together, it was obvious we was going to have to go in this direction because how you going to run a West Coast system without having athletes and having receivers that can beat you with routes? And go tell me any time in Mike McCarthy's history did he not focus on having dogs on the perimeter? When was he doing the stupid stuff that we did under Kellen Moore? He never was doing stuff like that.
Of the times, but more importantly, the personnel.
But more importantly, the personnel. So Ursha in, and this is an Ursha in, then Brandon Cook, the personnel. Yeah. That now we starting to see the personnel. Cause see, this is also why, you know, they was able to take a pause on it in December. Because, you know, Kellen Moore, you know, in his system, he's supposed to be able to beat you with timing. But see, Mike McCarthy not being bashed and he not being shy. He going after what he needs to get us a ring. That's exactly what we looking at. Hold on. Let me see. My boss say, boss, I think something is going on. Let me read this comment real quick. Give me a second. Let me get my head out the way. He said, boss, I think something deeper going on. Look at the receivers that looked good and more, and look at Dennis Houston and Jalen Tolbert. Yeah, what about it? Yeah, what about looking at them? Yeah, smaller receivers. Yeah. I think Mike McCarthy, especially when you look at Mike McCarthy's history later in Green Bay, his receivers was getting bigger. They was becoming trees as he was getting towards the end of his duration. I don't know if that was because of what Aaron wants, because we could all see that Aaron is also a de facto GM up in Green Bay. So I think it's even hard to get, especially around the end, a true pulse of who was moving the needle in Green Bay in terms of personnel, right? We can see what type of moves Aaron is making at with the Jets right now. We can see that, you know, he's getting his way on a lot of things. So I would say more so I get a pattern of what Mike McCarthy wanted when I look at the initial Super Bowl win that he had with Green Bay. I think those type of receivers fit Mike McCarthy. But I'm saying this though. This is what I'm saying. I'm saying it's a chance that we not even done. Because Mike McCarthy, I'm just letting y'all know. Remember when Green Bay won their Super Bowl, they had 4 dog receivers. So let's talk about where we are now, real quick. When we just kind of look at where we are now. So obviously we picked up Brandon Cook, but the receiving core, even without him, should have already improved. It should have just almost naturally improved for a couple of reasons. So let's just kind of talk about it, and then we go talk about Brandon Cooks a little bit more. We're gonna take some phone calls. I'm gonna have to do it a little bit different, but we're gonna take some phone calls. So first, CeeDee Lamb going into last year, we didn't really know, and it was debates, was he a number one, right? Because we lost Amari, And a lot of us really didn't see CeeDee Lamb fully put on the full mantle of the number one. It was questions with CeeDee Lamb's drops, his maturity, his pouting. It was legit stuff too. It was legit. You know, he looked immature. He really did. So, you know, even my boy Big Game James and the OC, who was riding for him early 2 years ago, calling him the game changer by the end of the season, they was like, nah, Amari is the game changer. So it was naturally debates about him. But going into 2023, nobody's doubting, because he's earned the privilege to be called our number one and our 88. He's earned both with his performance from last year's 2022 season. So he will take a rise up. He will improve. So you can count that. Then naturally, Michael Gallup, we know, was rushed out there. We know he was rushed out there. So is it a reach to say that he should be better now, going on close to 2 years since his surgery by the time the season starts? No, you should be able to expect him to be better, because he's now had more time to rest and to grow confidence in that knee. And Brandon Cook also helps take pressure off CeeDee Lamb as well as Michael Gallup. Yeah, and see, Logan, this is a very good question. I'm going to take this question. This is a good question. He said, boss, does this Cook signing make Gallup a valuable number 3? You have to assume, in my opinion, that Gallup is the number 3 now. You have to, because Brandon Cook obviously spent most of his times in most of the locations where he's been a journeyman as the number 1, as the top dog. He's been the alpha dog everywhere he's been. So you, in my opinion, Mike McCarthy's not going to scheme him into a number 3 role. No, he's going to treat him at worst as a number 2 to take pressure off CeeDee Lamb. But that's also still going to help Michael Gallup. It's going to help Michael Gallup greatly, because you're not going to be able to just focus on any receiver anymore. You just not going to be able to do it. It's going to be impossible to do that. So that Brandon Cooks is a domino that's going to really, really help not just CeeDee Lamb, but it's going to help the whole receiving crew. It's going to help the whole receiving crew. It's going to even help him. See, when you somebody that's used to being the main receiver and you still got it, but you the number 2, you don't think he go eat? Yeah, he's go greatly eat. Oh, man. Yeah, my boy said this. Let me address this, because this is my partner, D-Block. He a cool dude. He say, man, boss, I know this off topic, but damn, I'm going to wish Zeke was still on our squad. I'm going to miss that cat. Yeah, you know, I mean, there's nothing wrong with showing appreciation for the heart that he showed for this team. And all we can do is cross our fingers, man. We never know what the future might bring. We saw Philly let go of a couple of players. Cox, sent Slay into the trade market, and he came back. We don't know how that's gonna play out. Let's just wait till after free agency, and then that's when I think I've shed my real tear. Especially if he signed to another team. I'm going to wait it out. I want to wait till the ink is dry. My boy Landlord in the house. What's up, man? Appreciate the super chat. He said, boss, salute, bro. We put that pressure on front office and they making moves. Our voice matter, man. For sure, bro. For sure. For sure. Our voice greatly matter, big dog. But I'm going to also be honest, Landlord. I'm going to be honest. This to me is not an all-in move. This is exactly what Jerry said when he said I like being in the middle. This is a middle move, especially given. That's why I'm calling this from getting fleeced to finessing 2 times. Obviously making a play on the word play with 2 chains, not 2 chains, finesse 2 times. So yeah, we was fleeced, and say I gotta get to that. Because see, we fleeced ourselves basically betting on Kellen Moore. So we already talked about that. But see, this is why we had to finesse another team. We had to. See, because we already showed who's trending even though we signed Brandon Cook. Amari. Why? We had to fleece a team or we was gonna get embarrassed. So think about it. What if we, and this is also why y'all a lot of y'all not gonna want to hear this, but I'm gonna tell you the truth. It's a reason why we had to pass on offers like Jerry Jeudy. It's a reason. See, if they wanted a second or a third, what's up, West Coast? I see West Coast in the house. Do you know how crazy we would look if we would have signed Jerry Jeudy for a second or a third, but gave away Amari for a fifth? So that bad deal that we did with Amari was the reason why we had to fleece another team. We had to. We had to go find a receiver that's a number one, just like Amari, and fleece them like we got fleeced. Hold on real quick. Or finesse them like we got finessed. Hold on real quick. My boy West Coast with the super chat. West Coast, I'm gonna call you too, bro. I'm gonna call you, get you in the show. He said West Coast in this. All right, yeah, man. Appreciate the super chat, man. West Coast. Yeah, man. So I'm gonna call you too, bro. I'm gonna call Amp too, because I'm gonna have to do some outbound calls today, man. I'm still working on my phones, but I want to kind of spread this love around and where we can all talk about this. So we had to fleece a team. Y'all see what I'm saying? We had to finesse a team. We had to. Because Jerry and them, I'm just being honest, their egos was not going to give away Amari for a fifth and then pay anything more for a trade. It would have made them look even crazier. So we had to finesse a team. See, but the beautiful thing is we at this point have finessed 2 times. Hold on real quick. My boy Dave Walker, he said with the super chat, he said, what up, boss? Who up in here? That's West, man. Y'all boys crazy. So anyway, yeah. So that put us in a position to where that's why we had to do the type of deal that we did with Brandon Cooks. That's also to a degree why it makes sense. We tied our own hands by that bad deal. But I'm also, nor should you, anybody should be mad at front office, because guess what? At the end of the day, they got it done. So yeah, you can wipe just a little bit of that egg, just a little bit, off your face. Yeah, you can, they got a little bit room to get some of that boo-boo smell off. Cowboy Nation feels a little bit better about this right now. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if they would have signed anybody for more than a fit, boy, the national media would have been on them. And see, this is the sad part. This is the sad part, and I mean it.
Cool when they do it. It's a problem when I do it.
See, when other teams fleeced us, everybody was ready to talk about that. When we got finesse for a fit, everybody, all the national networks was ready to talk about that. But see, we the ones that finessed 2 times. Ain't nobody want to talk about that now. So we finessing people for Gilmore. We out here finessing teams. And this is a new day too. Because how many times have you seen Dallas finessing people on trades? Now Dallas, man, they do their thing on the draft. Nobody go question that. We know they do good on Marshall's free agents. We know that. But Dallas, you done stepped your game up to the point where you finessing 2 times? in the first week of free agency?
Cool when they do it. It's a problem when I do it. Finesse, 2 on.
Man, we finessed 2 of them. Ooh, wait. So I know a lot of us, you know, because see, we've been mad. We've been mad at front office, but at some point,
if we locked in, you know, switching up.
You know what I'm saying?
I be trying to figure out like why I want you to be loyal to them. They ain't loyal to you. I don't really get this.
So we looking at Dallas for one of the first times in a long time, and I'm gonna tell y'all.
Finesse, 2 on.
I'm just asking y'all a question. When was the last time y'all seen Dallas this busy week 1? Hold on real quick. Yeah, and this is real. This is real, and I'm gonna tell you what I think the problem was. Pastor Taff said, "What up, boss? I prefer D-Hop, but Cooks is like a supercharged cold beef." Yes. Ooh, I love your metaphors, Pastor. Ooh, that's the spirit. That's the spirit of the Lord. Just give you all them parables. He said, but Cooks is like a supercharged Cole Beasley. Dak is going to cook with Cooks. That is for sure, Pastor. That is for sure. So, let me take some calls. I'm gonna pause real quick. I'm gonna make some outbound calls real quick, man. Let's get some calls going. Then we go talk about a couple of more things, especially what's getting ready to happen. So y'all give me a second. Let me call that real quick. Y'all give me 1 second. I'm gonna call first. Let me see. I'm gonna call West Coast. West Coast, if you watching, man, I'm getting ready to call you, bro. All right, here we go. I'm gonna call West Coast. Then be ready to go, bro. I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna call you, Tariq. Y'all give me 1 second. Hold on, we got $19 from. Ooh, see Bob. All right, man. I'm finna put you in the show. All right, West Coast.
What's up with you guys? It's your boy West Coast. How's everybody doing, man? I know the whole nation is definitely elated. You know what I'm saying, about everything that's going on. I'm extremely excited myself. Shoot, I ain't gonna take up too much of your time, man, but you know, just my official thoughts on the trade. I love the trade. You know, I think everybody kind of got. This is the reason why I like the trade. It's not even because it's Hopkins or because it's Brandon Cooks or anything. The reason why I like it is because it's a wide receiver on our team that has a skill set that we do not possess. You know what I'm saying? Like, even when we had Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, and Cedric Wilson and Michael Gallup, we had a really good wide receiving core, but we had a bunch of guys who all did the same thing, you know what I'm saying? And shoot, a wise man once told me that a wide receiving core is supposed to be built like an NBA starting 5, and you're supposed to have 5 guys that are all good, but they all do different jobs and are all shaped differently.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And the reason why you want to do that is because at the end of the day, you want to be able to perplex a defense. You want to be able to stress a defense out. And I'm going to be honest with you, the wide receiver core that we have, even though they are good, they're not the type of defense that's going to perplex a defense. One, because you don't have anyone that is a pure burner that a defense is going to respect enough to move that damn safety. And I'm gonna tell you, if you don't move that, if you don't move that safety, then it's not gonna help your run game either, because it's gonna leave an extra guy in the box. So it's like, I think this on a couple folds helps the Dallas Cowboys out a lot. I think it helps CeeDee Lamb for one, because I think now he has a reputable number 2 on there. So defenses aren't just gonna be able to travel with him, and you're not just gonna be able to just double team and hold a safety over on top of him all game. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's gonna help his game out a lot. But I'm gonna tell you this right here, man. You know, Brandon Cooks is like he's like a foreign car, man. Like, you know how these foreign cars, man, you gotta drive these cars, bro. Like, you just can't put them up and just let them sit up and, you know, just lick pretty. Nah, man, this ain't American muscle, bro. This is a foreign, bro. You gotta put this car on the road and really get 100,000 miles on it. So, you know, what I really want to. yards, that 15 yards away from the quarterback. They respect what he's going to do. So since that, Cowboys, take your opportunities. You know, when he creates those obvious play action deep ball throws, you gotta let that thing rip, man. Because if you go look at Brandon Cooks, his highlights, 90% of his deep balls are coming off of play action passes. You know what I'm saying? And it makes sense because the last couple teams he played for didn't even have a solid run game, so they were using that short game and they were throwing that thing deep. So that's the biggest thing, the biggest adjustment that I think, not even a negative thing. And I know Dak is a quintessential adjuster, you know what I'm saying? So I know he'll be able to do it, but we're bringing in a guy like this to take shots. Like we're bringing him to take shots. Cowboys, when you earn the right to take those shots with Brandon Cooks, you gotta take them, man. You gotta put that film on there. You gotta because think about this: we had an electrifying guy in Tavon Austin that the NFL had a great deal of respect, but we never really used that weapon against everybody else. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's the number one thing that I want to see with Brandon Cook, and that's why I kind of like the Brandon Cooks over DeAndre Hopkins. And let's just be real, Cowboy Nation, at however old you are today, if you didn't know this lesson, you should have learned it by now. Where there's more talk, there's less action. That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Whoever the Dallas Cowboys are selling, that's typically not who we're actually going to buy. You know what I'm saying? So, kudos on everybody. I know Boss Cowboy, you was talking about Brandon Cox. You was talking about Brandon Cooks a couple weeks ago on Twitter, and I saw that too, man. So salute on you for always being ahead of things. But, man, I think this is a good acquisition, man. And the last thing I'm going to say is this. Without the word solidified means proven. Without a solidified run game, there's a high chance that Dak is probably going to have to carry us the first couple of weeks until we figure out what we can do in the run game. Well, guess what? If you're going to do that, you need an established guy, and you need established guys. So I like this, man. I like this for CD. I like this for Dak. You know what I'm saying? Dak has never had a weapon like this, man. I like this. You know what I'm saying? So I'm excited to see what it does. And more importantly, think about this, man. This is something that you can boss Cowboy a guy like this. I know you'll appreciate this. But think about this, man. You know how the Cowboys got all this information out about DeAndre Hopkins? Like, we damn near thought we had the exact deal of what they were offering him. And think about this. They didn't even offer him that deal. And we never even knew about the Cowboys circling back around and talking to Brandon Cooks. So you know what that showed us? That the Dallas Cowboys can keep their mouth closed when they want to. But when stuff gets out, it's because they want it out. Not because it accidentally leaked or some blogger found out. No. They purposely put out information about other players that they were not interested so that so they could focus on the guy that they really wanted. Like, we know it doesn't take a phone call to trade someone. It takes a phone call, sit down with attorneys and all types of stuff to get someone traded. They've been working on Brandon Cooks for probably a week now while they were selling us OBJ and DeAndre Hopkins. So, I think make sure we learn that and make sure we understand that the next time this goes around. That's all I'm saying. But I like it. I love the trade. I love it. Cowboys is using free picks to get players that will help you this year. So I like that.
All right, man. I appreciate it, Wes.
Yes, sir. Hey, man, you be blessed, my boy. Appreciate you for having me on.
All right, big dog. All right, man. Yeah, man. So, real quick, it's another thing that I want to show y'all that's super important about this finesse that we put on these teams. Because at this point, I've been saying this. Hopefully y'all see that I never was playing when I was saying this. Jerry Jones, in terms of team building, is better than Howard. I don't care what nobody say. I know they made it to a fucking Super Bowl. But remember, they went all in just to try to catch us. You don't try to catch us unless we was already ahead of you. Unless we was already better than you. You was trying to keep up with us. Hold on real quick. DC for Life said, what's good, boss? What's up, Cowboy Nation? Let's go. We're going to Mississippi, but business is business, though. That's real talk. It is. Business is business. And that is real, too. Common Sense Lab say, sign T.Y., let him and Cook get that vet leadership to the young wide receiver and draft BPA wide receiver in the second and let the over preheat before Big Mike starts to cook. Yeah, you talking about super loading up that wide receiver room. I ain't mad at that. But I'm going to tell you, because now that we got Cook, this really means that we don't have to even touch receiver. We could if it's just clear BPA, but we can look at the draft and be like, I'm cool. See, because I was feeling the panic for receiver. It was a lot of panic. It's a lot of panic for a weapon. It is. And it's like I ain't feeling it. But this is the deal. We already did a show, and y'all need to check this show out. Show was perfectly for what's going on, where we even talked about Brandon Cook in this video. We talked about him as a major possibility for the Cowboys. But this is the thing, man. What I also showed in this video is how this year's draft class is not even close to the quality of talent from last year's draft class. So, for instance, it's people that we love in this draft and are good players, but I'm also keeping it all the way real. A lot of those same players would have been third rounders in this class. A lot of your favorite first round receivers in this draft class would have been third round receivers. Yeah, so. And then One-Handed Bandit said, what you think about Ronald Jones working out for us? I ain't even heard nothing. I'm going to be honest about Ronald Jones working out for us, man. So I'll go look into that when we get off the show. Ooh, wait, see, this is what I'm talking about right here. Hope this true. Hope that's true. Ooh, wait, hold on. Ronald Jones worked out for us. Let me look it up. Let me look it up real quick. Hold on, but this. Oh, Gardner to sign with the Lions. Man, I be trying to tell you, man. Howie ain't got nothing on Jerry Jones. I'm sick of it. I've been sick of it. They over there melting while we building. And guess what? This ain't even the Dallas Cowboys all in. This ain't even all in. This is middle. Hold on quick. I'm trying to see. I'm looking up this Ronald Jones stuff. Well, let me do my research, then I'll get back with y'all on that Ronald Jones. I just ain't heard anything about that. I've been moving around, but once I do my research, we'll talk about Ronald Jones. But obviously Zeke is a hole that need to be filled. I don't know if he has the stature to be a true Zeke replacement, but he is definitely Marshall's, right? Ronald Jones, he's definitely a Marshall's, and we all should see that it's real clear that the Dallas Cowboys strategy is to build these teams through a Marshall strategy. They are very aggressive at targeting former first round, second round, or players that had a lot of team success while they was in the league. That's what Dallas is doing. And that's why I always felt Jerry when he said, I'd rather us be in the middle. Yeah. Like, I know that pissed off a lot of people, but y'all should know I'm not gonna sell y'all no smoke. I'm not gonna tell you no lies. If Jerry is right, I'm gonna say on this one, I think he right. On other things, I think he wrong. But in terms of how they build talent on this team, they are the best in the league. The only thing that messed up Dallas is trusting Stephen Jones and Kellen Moore with that systems philosophy. Because if they didn't have that systems philosophy, they would have kept Amari. So I'm going to give y'all a little bit of bad news too, just keeping it real. Just a little bit of bad news. The bad news is also saying this. We wasted 2 years of contentions. That's the only bad news right now. Based on the Dallas Cowboys betting on Kellen Moore and going with his system philosophy over playmakers, we wasted 2 years to where we likely should have either been to a Super Bowl or won it outright. Yep. We just choked it off. That's what happened. Just keeping it real. Now, we not going to cry over spilled milk, but we going to look at the reality of what really happened. Because we seeing with all these common sense changes, it's pretty obvious who burned us down. Now, did Gilmore do a good job during the season having a top-rate offense? Yes. But did he have the offense or the experience or the wisdom to handle big games? No. So that's also why I'm saying, and I said, and I mean this, some of y'all go jump on this slow. Some of y'all go start jumping on this fast. I ain't playing when I say this too. And I'm just being real. Under King Mike McCarthy, the Dallas Cowboys, they should win the Super Bowl. See, a lot of people, and I know Cowboy fans hate to hear me say that because it's been so long. But it's nothing wrong at all with looking at your team just get better with Cook and Gilmore building on top of the team that was 12-5 twice. But this time they got better coaches with more common sense who are in lockstep together. So it's nothing wrong, and I'm not shy about saying it, because if it was another team that went 12-5 and then their offseason added Brandon Cook to be their number 2 and added Gilmore to be their number 2 corner, oh, everybody would say with common sense that team should be favored to either get to the Super Bowl or win it. See, when Philly stocked up, when Philly put a lot of players on their roster from free agency last year, oh, the 4-letter networks didn't have no problem saying, yeah, they should make it to the Super Bowl. Look at all the upgrades they have. But see, Dallas just made smart upgrades. We just got Brandon Cooks and Gilmore finessed 2 times, multiple teams. Finessed them.
Finesse 2 on.
We finessed 2 of them. But we supposed to be humble and say, well, let's just wait and see. Hell no, I ain't saying wait and see. I'm saying with conviction, based on what we already doing, because I was saying it before we made these moves, because I trusted that they was going to be good. Like let's be honest, like, why was we even ever panicking about front office in terms of their ability to get talent? Okay. I appreciate the super chat about Jones. But, just real quick, he said, okay, Michael Gilton tweeted it. Appreciate it. I just didn't see it. I was moving around. I was preparing for the show, so I ain't see it. So I ain't trying to tell y'all, join me in believing that you can come around when you want to. Some of y'all might wait till the season. Some people might wait till the playoffs. But I'm saying it now because I believe it now. I think we got all of the distractions out the building. We ain't got no Kelly Moore who believe in these option routes, and you got Mike McCarthy that hated it. See, we don't have that type of foolishness. So I'm going to just use my common sense and say, all right, we got an experienced play caller who also not trying to sabotage the defense with selfishness. That's what Mike McCarthy was talking about when he was talking about trying to run up the score. He wasn't play calling complimentary for people who know what they was looking at. He was worrying our defense. We not gonna have all of that. On top of that, I already said, and we already seeing that we was gonna see some synergy with Will McClay. I already said that was gonna happen. That's what we're seeing. I knew it was gonna happen. I said, cause see, think about it. Kelly Moore, I'm gonna say this one more time, cause now people starting to see it. I said Kelly Moore was preaching to the front office, we didn't need talent. We good with Dennis Houston. We don't need talent. We just need me and my brain and my system. This dude is gone. So the new sermon is we need a guy. We need somebody to take pressure off. And that's what we're seeing. And Will McClay is stepping up, going to go get and doing what he does. Straight up. So let me show y'all something that should be very encouraging. Super encouraging. Hold on, we got us another super chat. Hold on real quick. So my boy One-Handed Bandit said they also going to work out Travis Howard and Chuma. It's going to happen tomorrow. Man, I need to get caught up, bro. Whoo-wee, man. This free agency, man, you can't even go to the bathroom. Whoo-wee. Clap it up. Come on, man. If you've been down there, you be switching up.
If we locked in, ain't no switching up.
Ooh, because I want to know who locked in. Ain't no switching up right now. That's what I want to know.
If we locked in, ain't no switching up.
And Roddy said, boss, Adam Thielen to the Panthers on a 3-year deal. I agree with Law's PFF mock. D. Carter. Hold on real quick, man. Hold on, man. Please. He said D. Carter or Conke. Yeah. See, this is the deal now, Rodney. Because we got Brandon, we can think now, but I'm still leaning on them tackles. I'm sorry. Now, I feel you, but it's just too many good tackles that's gonna be sitting there, man. It's gonna be hard to take me off that thought. It's gonna be very hard to take me off that thought. Just being I'm thinking we need to go with one of them starter grade tackles. That's just me, and I'm gonna beat that drum heavy. But anyway, I want to show y'all something that should encourage y'all. And appreciate these super chats, man. Y'all showing a lot of love. Oh, hold on. I almost missed yours. Common Sense said, don't forget, there's 11 or less players left on the team. Oh, boy, you dirty. He say, on the Jason Garrett era, oh, you boys are dirty. Y'all try to get everything with the scent of Jason Garrett out of here. Oh man, Common Sense, but that's real. But as long as them Gary guys can play, I'm cool. I'm cool with them, man. As long as they can play. But let me show y'all something, bro. That's gonna be encouraging. So, you know, you hear like I heard Lauren Brunson start something. He said, you know, Dak regress Scott or something like that. Regress Scott. It's cute. Very creative by Laura Brunson. Taking a shot at us and all that kind of stuff. Taking a shot at Dak and all that. That's cool. I'm used to that. You know, that's what happens. But see, when you go dig into the facts. So on January 12th, or January 11th, all right, just so we kind of up on the facts, all right? On January 11th, Noah Brown finished the season with 2.3 yards of average separation. That ranked 117th out of 121 eligible wide receivers and tight ends. So in other words, it was only 4 tight ends or wide receivers that was currently playing at the time of this tweet that was getting worse separation than Noah Brown. And remember, Noah Brown was our number 2. So I was saying last year was more so a sign that Dak got better. Because he was throwing to way worse. Hold on real quick. He said, you think we done? Free agent? Nah, hell nah. King, no. Because I'm certain. Okay, let me tell you how I know we not done. First of all, we not done because all you got to do is look at the current free agent list. I forgot to update that Cooper Rush got that contract. We still got some things we got to take care of. We still need to know what's going to happen with Dalton Schultz. We still hopefully get something done with Fowler. We still definitely got to sign Fowler or Hankins. So Dallas is not done. Dallas, to be honest, for those who really know the history and been watching us close for years, Dallas usually don't make any kind of moves to week 3. We not even done with week 1. See, people thought free agency started last Monday. No, that's when the league of tampering was able to get going. That's where you was able to have talks with players, But free agency didn't start till Wednesday. We are literally still, Carlos Watkins, I would like him back. I wouldn't be mad at Carlos Watkins, but he gonna likely be a week 3 guy, right? He's gonna be, he gonna be one of them guys. Yeah. DA say normally week 2. I say week 2, week 3, DA. But around week 2, week 3, definitely week 3, week 4, that's when Dallas get going. Bro, we active like nobody can tell me the last time. Nobody can tell me the last time we've been this active week 1. I don't remember. Let me try. I can't remember the last time we was this active. I can't. This is a different Dallas Cowboys. This is a different Dallas Cowboys for a lot of reasons. We got players that's waiting to get contracts. Let me ask you a question. Is front office chirping at them? What do we usually do when people waiting to get paid? What is the normal thing that we do that we not doing this year? Are y'all hearing any kind of cutting comments at Diggs? Are y'all hearing anything to try to devalue CeeDee Lamb in the public? Nah. You ain't seeing none of that. This Dallas Cowboy front office is giving me some vibes as if they've learned some lessons. Can we just be real? Like, if we just really looking at the pattern of front office, they are truly looking like they are not functioning the way that they have functioned in the past. Somebody said, he said, boss, I've been hearing whispers of Robert Quinn return. What you think? I'd rather have Fowler. But I wouldn't be mad at Quinn. He would be on Marshalls. Everybody should know I'm super cool with them Marshalls free agents, them former greats. I'm cool with them. I don't care. Well, I do care, but you know what I mean. But no, Fowler will be that guy. Because at this point, Fowler is a way better deal than Randy Gregory would have been. So whatever you was saying you was getting ready to pay Randy Gregory, just go ahead and take some of them resources and put that on Fowler. That's what I want them to do. Yeah, and I do agree that this Fowler deal is taking too long. And I get it, start low and I start high, but damn, work to the middle. Let's get this deal done, man. Like, Fowler should be done. Especially since y'all said y'all was aggressively trying to get him done. Get that deal done. Stop, in my opinion. Stop trying to lowball him, because that's the only thing that would likely cause this deal to be waiting. Yeah, man. So I will be cool with it, but if we sign Robert Quinn and let Fowler go somewhere else, I'm gonna be sick. I'm just being honest. I'm gonna be sick. I'm gonna be like, all right, my boy say those Marshalls red tag specials, bro. Them red tag specials at Marshalls. Hey, Jay Mitch had us clean as hell at Carter High. People thought we was at Neiman Marcus. Jay Mitch, our mamas had us at the right place. We was at Marshalls, and we walked up in Carter every day, and we looked like we was shopping at Neiman Marcus and Macy's. We just had the fresh J's to go with it. That's how we threw them off. we would spend money on them shoes, Jay. But man, when it came down to that polo, you didn't know if it was Macy's. As long as it had polo and it was authentic, you didn't know I got it from Marshalls. It just matched my shoes. That's what the Dallas Cowboys doing. That's exactly what they doing. What my boy said, them red tag specials. So the next time Jerry say, I'm cool with being in the middle, we need to have his back. Because this is what we looking at. This is the middle. But let me go back to this though. Let me go back to this. But Coach Moss say, hell no, don't Sean Quinn. He done. Oh, damn, Coach. I need to go check out his film. I'll check out his film. I'll see. I appreciate that though. But then this is worse though. Micah Gallup was 2.4, which ranked 116th out of 121. Not everyone is a separator, but they also ranked 103rd and 112th in catch percentage. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. So I looked at that and then I went and checked. I said, what was receiver by committee? Receiver by committee when we ranked 31st in 2018. Remember? That was when we got rid of Dez. We got rid of Dez and we had all those substitute receivers. They was averaging only 2.2. Ooh. So when you have that big of a deficit in separation, that was asking a lot on Dak. To say outside of CeeDee Lamb, we're asking you, Dak, to throw it to receivers who are literally ranked at the very bottom out of all receivers in separation. So yeah, Lord Brunson like to say regress Scott and all of that, talk about 13 interceptions. I'm gonna just tell y'all something. Put your money on Dak next year. I'm just telling you. I'm telling you. I need to give me some hats that say Dak season shit. Ooh! Yeah. See, he didn't need, because Dak don't need what Hurts got. The number one free agent, wide receiver, and Brown. Now we can give Dak Marshalls, Brandon Cook, and he's go outcook Hurts with less. See, because we was starving. I'm being all the way honest. We was starving last year at the number 2 and number 3 position. We was starving. And so because we was starving, this is why a lot of Cowboy Nation was like, man, just go give up. They wanted to get top shelf free agents. And I wouldn't have mind one neither. I wouldn't have mind one. I still say Jerry Jeudy would have been a better one. I wouldn't have been mad at giving up a second round for Jerry Jeudy. I would have been cool with that. Because Jerry Jeudy is better, especially as a candidate for the Dallas Cowboys, being a killer route runner, than every receiver draft pick from 15 on down. So yeah, man, let me take another call, man. We go take some more calls real quick. Let me see. Y'all give me 1 second, man. Y'all give me 1 second. Let me call my boy Tariq. Y'all give me 1 second. We will get Tariq over here, man. Y'all be patient. Oh, and while I'm doing this, and I don't know how many people sitting here, I'm not looking at my numbers. Y'all make sure y'all go ahead and hit that like and that share and that subscribe. And we appreciate all the super chats, man. Y'all showing a lot of love. But man, I'm just telling y'all should be excited for what the Cowboys are doing. Y'all should be excited. I'm definitely excited at this point. And hold on real quick. I'm calling Tariq now. This dude Tariq got a New York number. Tariq, where you from, bro?
Yo, what up, Boss Cowboy?
What's up, Tariq, man? Shoot, let's get it, bro.
Yeah, man, what's going on, Cowboy Nation? How y'all doing tonight? Yeah, I think it was a nice trade, man. It was a good trade for us. You know, I know the money's still a little high, but I think it's still workable. You know what I mean? I think it's gonna work out for us because you gave Dak Prescott a weapon somebody that can make him comfortable, as far as knowing that he got another guy he can count on out there. I think that's a big help. And now that we do have 3 receivers, because I expect Michael Gallup to be better this year, a little bit more healed. If we can get a little bit of the old Michael Gallup, I think we cooking with some grease. We cooking with something. Now, as far as this whole running back situation,
Yeah.
one thing they got to do is build the line. You build the line, you finish building the line, whether you're going to go out here and try to get somebody like an OG to put on the line that still got it, or you go draft a lineman in the first round, and then two running backs, 2 young running backs, you know what I mean, to add to the team. That's what I really believe. But like we talked about earlier, before we got back on the phone, I believe the reason that the whole D-Hop situation didn't happen is because Dallas and Jerry Jones and the owner of the Houston Texans, they tight. I think they talked.
Yep.
And I really believe they talked about D-Hop, because you can't sit here and tell me that they didn't talk about D-Hop and the reason why they traded him to Arizona. What was the problem? And I really believe, you see, he was working out with with Des Bryant, another person that was very vocal and spoke his mind. And you know, Stephen Jones does not like anybody that's vocal that can challenge him or look like he's frustrated and mad with the quarterback out there on the sidelines, you know what I mean? Because he's not getting the ball when he wants to get the ball, or if the quarterback not throwing it where he wants it to be thrown at. And a lot of people got to take that into consideration, because this is Dak Prescott's team, so you don't need another big alpha dog over somebody like Dak Prescott, you know what I mean? He should be the loudest person in the room, and I really believe that they didn't. Stephen Jones, he values the picks, and I don't think that D-Hop is a Stephen Jones guy. I just don't believe that, because I can tell. That's the reason why I like the Brandon Cooks situation, because Brandon Cooks still brings some dogs to the fight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's a tough receiver. And at the same time, too, he did something that D-Hop or Judy, only person he has done it over is OBJ, as far as getting to the Super Bowl. Knowing what it takes to get to a Super Bowl. He didn't win them, but he made it there. You know what I mean? On 2 different teams. And at the same time, too, I like it because it brings experience, it brings a person that's been farther into the playoffs. I don't believe that D-Hop made it that far in the playoffs. If he even made it to the playoffs, I think he made it to the playoffs one year, but it didn't go nowhere. So where's the experience with that? You need other people in the room that would experience.
Yeah.
I do think that the T.Y. Hilton thing, that's a smart thing too, if they can bring him back with Brandon Cooks. You know, the pressure we be putting on defense, if we can have another guy like T.Y. in there.
Yeah.
And then I'm not giving up on Jalen Tolbert, because I really believe that Jalen Tolbert is better than what we think, too. I think the lights just got a little bit too bright for him, and Kellen Moore's system was too confusing for this dude. That's what I really believe. But as far as his ability, I really believe he's going to show us something this year, and that's what we need. But like I said before, I'm upset just like anybody else as far as Zeke. I voiced my opinion about Zeke. I think that Zeke, he lost a step. And I understand that. But, you know, like you guys be saying, the touchdowns, that's going to be hard to come back by. I understand that.
Yeah.
So I really, in the blocking, I really believe that what can help that, as far as the blocking, and get at least, we don't need the whole 12. Give us half of that, or give us something close to the 12 with a running back system. Because you got to understand something. What did Mike McCarthy have besides the 4 wide receivers that was good wide receivers in Green Bay? He had a rotation of running backs. that
Yep.
he always used. He had a decent tight end. That's why I feel like a person like Dalton Schultz doesn't fit on this team anymore. He's not a tight end that can get open, and after he gets open and catches the ball and leave somebody. He's not leaving anybody. You gotta think about it. All of Mike McCarthy tight ends is what? Always athletic. Had great hands, and I ain't gonna say so much great, I would say good hands, but they was all athletic. If you don't believe me, go back to Dak Prescott's rookie year when Cooks caught it on the damn sideline. He always had athletic tight ends on that team. So that's why I'm trying to tell people, quit trying to put down Ferguson and Hendershot. Them dudes, I think them dudes is better than what everybody think. They just need a little bit more time to shine. Because if you don't believe me on that part, go back and when Dalton Schultz was hurt, he sure came back mighty fast. You know what I'm saying? When them dudes is out there starting to cook, he showed on his behind back real quick off the injury. He wasn't injured no more.
Right.
He threw some dirt on
He
him.
did. He did. He sure did. He came back real quick.
Real quick. He seen the right thing. That dude ain't stupid. But see, at the same time, I don't want to pay a high price tag for that dude. He's a decent tight end. I'm not trying to say he's not a good player, but I also believe the type of offense that Mike McCarthy is going to bring to the table, and the other dude from Seattle, the coach from the offensive coordinator that we got now from Seattle, his assistant, I really believe these dudes are going to cook up something nice, but it all starts in the trenches. And what I mean by the trenches, yeah, I know we're saying we got rid of Zeke and his blocking. What can help you with that is build a great or a damn good offensive line. You got some of the pieces in order already, but put some more pieces on that. I believe that first round pick should go to the line. If it ain't going
Me
to the
too.
line, go to the defensive line.
Oh, no.
I understand what you're saying as far as that. You know what I mean? I understand what you're saying as far as that. But that's what I believe. If you're not going to go defensive line as far as the draft, at least go put somebody back on the defensive line. Get Hankins back in here. You know, get Hankins.
Yeah, you got to get Hankins. You got to.
Get Hankins in here and possibly get somebody else that can stuff the run. You know what I mean? I really believe that. What's my dude name? Odigizua?
Yeah.
I really believe they need to split him to the end. Put him as an end, man. This dude know how he knows how to wrestle. He knows how to get around people. He can set off them edges when people like my man from the quarterback in Philly, when he trying to run around the corner. If you got a big dude like that, like when Hurts trying to get around that corner, you got a big dude like that. He's athletic for a big guy. You put him on the end, because you know what? You play him like a Martellus, not like Martellus Bentley, but the other Bennett brother that played for Seattle that came here for that one season. You play him to the end like him, because I really believe he's good enough to put on the end, just like like they did with D. Ware. That's what I believe. Get two big dudes that can stuff the run and let the other dudes come in and cook. You know what I mean? Like, far as your Golston improved. We got weapons on this team, but like you been saying, put Fowler back on this team too. They need to sign him back, but they also need to do some adjusting with this defense. I don't know about Gilmore on the line, on the defensive line. I ain't really feeling him no more. You know what I mean? 'Cause I don't think he fits this team. He doesn't fit this team to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. He disappeared, man. I don't like that. I'm with you.
Yeah, he's not the same player no more. He's not. I really believe that a person like
He
Marcus-
kind of showed a little bit of flash a couple of times, and he just.
better than him. If you ask me, I like Wilkins, Watkins, whatever the dude we supposed to sign back from Clemson. I think he's better than Gallimore. I really just believe that. He played better than him to me.
Yeah.
But other than that, we had to kind of follow the reason I will say a little bit. Philly is smart in one way. They had a trenches fix last year, and I really believe it don't matter.
I'm tired of talking about Philly. Nope, I'm not doing it. Too much. Nope, I'm not doing no Philly love. Nope.
Okay, let's go Kansas City then. Kansas City, they fixed their trenches last year, and what was the first thing they did in free agency? They went out and got another lineman. They trying to fix that back up.
No, I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that.
The thing that I respect about teams like that, it don't matter who's in the backfield. You know what I mean? It matters a little bit, but it really don't matter. If you got a good, sound offensive line and a good, sound defensive line, you can make some things happen. People are going to move out of your way. The holes are going to be open. Because that's the one thing that I think we did a disservice to Zeke later in his career with us. We didn't replenish that offensive line like we knew that we should. We held on to players too damn long. T. Smith, we held on too long. You know what I mean? Because we supposed to have another guy just as young and fresh like Terrence Steele was. You know what I mean? For us last year, we should have another dude at the other end or another guard. You know what I mean? I'm glad we got the others, the younger Smith, in now. Now we can make some moves. So don't stop building on that offensive line. Put somebody, if you're not going to get somebody experience, put a high pick on the offensive line. And I think that we can cook with whatever running back a couple running backs they decide to get. You know what I mean? And that's how I think that we should go about it. But all said, the Cowboys did some decent moves to put themselves in a position to make some better moves, make more moves either before this draft or a little bit after the draft and even during the season. Because we do have some seasoned veterans that know something about making it to the Super Bowl. And Stephon Gilmore won one, so he know about that.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, but Tyreek, we done went through about 4 different points. Let me talk about this point that I love. We got up here real quick, but I appreciate you, man, for putting it down for the nation, big dog.
All right, I get with you, man. Thank you for calling.
All right, big dog. Boy, Tariq, man, he been also, let y'all know, he been helping me with these phones behind the scenes, man. So, you know, Tariq, man, sometimes people don't see what dudes do to really help get us going. Now, I love weed. I love what you said. Hold on, we don't have even close to enough likes. Thank you, Stephen White. Stephen White said we got 370 people watching with only 217 likes. Now we got to kind of get that going. Appreciate that, Stephen White. He say salute, boss man. Salute to you, my brother. Thank you for always being faithful to come into the chat, my brother. But check this out. The big deal, one of the big deals that I want to talk about is what I love we said. This is really, and this is what I love we said was so real because it just shows you life ain't fair. Because I love we said this is really Mike McCarthy's. If life was fair, this should be Mike McCarthy's first year. That's fair. That's fair. Yep. Yeah, like what you said right there, I love weed. Yeah, what I love weed said, perfect. I mean, perfect. If life was fair, the whole clock should reset. It should reset because, let's be honest, Stephen Jones, Jerry, it was y'all fault for making that Trojan, for making him manage that Trojan horse, Kellen Moore. It was y'all who broke it down. What's up, my Cowboys family, man? Always good to see y'all. I'm pretty sure they getting ready to go live any minute now too. Let me get us. These are good people, man. I want to stop just for 1 second, man. Just real good people, man. That's always good to see y'all, my Cowboys family. They got a real good fire podcast, man. And they work very hard. They go live every day, so y'all make sure y'all support them. But yeah, but life ain't fair. Just life is not fair. Cause if life was fair, Mike McCarthy should have his whole contract torn apart and given a whole nother 5 years. Because Kellen Moore was the main reason, in my opinion, which is also the opinion of Hall of Famers like Michael Irvin, like Jimmy Johnson, and these all these people said him by name. You know what I mean? So if life was fair, reset the clock. Reset the clock for Mike McCarthy so that we can really give him his chance. But it's not gonna happen. We know. We know. We know Mike McCarthy is still gonna likely be on thin ice, even though it was them that installed that Trojan horse, which was a lot to do with the backfiring of our seasons. And that's just keeping it real, man. That's just keeping it all the way real. What I know should happen. So I'm gonna ask y'all a question real quick, and I want to see everybody respond. I honestly, it's over 300 so people watching. I really want 300 responses when I ask you this question, and I really do. I want over 300 answers. We got over 300, and that's just on YouTube. That's not including everybody that's watching on Facebook. So altogether, we should have over 400 people watching. So I want all of us to grade front office real quick on the week 1 of free agency. I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna just wait. I want to see everybody else's on this. I want to see, what is your grade so far? Cause I see B plus. I want to see everybody else and see my boy DA Lee. Hold on, DA Lee. You was B minus. You was B minus before. No, DA Lee. No, you my dog too. Listen, DA Lee, you my boy. It is no. I ain't gonna lie. DA Lee, you on my favorites list, dog. But DA Lee, you can't say B minus when you was just B minus. No, I'm gonna let you make your own grade. I'm messing with you, big dog. I'm just messing with you. No, I'm seeing all these grades. I'm seeing mostly A's and B's. It's mostly A. Oh, somebody said C plus. Hi, Derek. Wait. Whoa. I want to see why you said that. But I'm seeing B plus, A, B plus. It's a bunch of B's. It's a bunch of A's. It's a bunch of. Ooh, it's a bunch. Y'all done took over the whole street, Jesus. But this ain't 300 though. It should be way more than what I'm seeing. This ain't even close to 300. I see the normals. I need all you people that's not the normals. All you people that's watching that's not used to leaving a comment. I want this to be your first comment. I want you to step out there and say, "Oh no, I love weed." You can't do that. You gotta grade the paper. I love weed. You got to grade the paper. Oh, okay. See, I knew it was something. Look, my boy keeping it real. He gave them a C because he wanted D high. Oh, come on, bro. Come on, bro. You gotta grade the whole. You gotta grade the whole free agency. Okay, I see. Okay, the C's are picking up. I see some C's. My boy Nick Blue got the C. My boy Chavez McDonald got the C. I'm seeing the C's pick up. Okay, for everybody that's giving us lower than a B, I want to know why. I want to see your reasons. Nick, I want to see your reason. Chavez, I want to see your reasons. I want you to put why. And then my boy Landlord, he said A. Let me see. Somebody said D. Man, I'm ignoring them. That must be a Philly fan. Somebody said F. Okay, yeah, that's a Philly fan. There ain't no doubt. There ain't no Cowboy fans giving this no F. Ain't no way. But I'm seeing. Oh, somebody said A plus. Ooh. Oh, wow. All right, so after watching, because now them went off, it's a whole lot of y'all killing it right now. We getting that, and this is what I want to see. I want to see a heavy participation because I want to see and get a real good sample of what everybody's seeing right now. And it's, believe it or not, I'm seeing a majority B plus and A minus. Oh, yeah. See, Trey, this is what I'm talking about, Trey. Trey, you stealing my thunder. Trey, you ahead of me, dog. You ahead of me. Trey, you ahead of me. You ahead of me. You are ahead of me. All right, so my boy Trey say with the super chat, and that was my next question. Ooh, okay. So we saw all y'all grades. We just, and trust me, and this is a lot of people. Some of y'all, I've never seen y'all names. That's cool. That means it was truly y'all first time actually putting any kind of comment. So first of all, I appreciate all the first timers that, you know, went from lurking to actually putting down something. Let's clap it up for them. Let's clap it up. Because we want y'all to participate. You know, that's the benefit of dealing with us social media people. You know, you fuss at your landlord. How many times you fuss at your TV and your TV never said a dang thing back, did it, bro? Right? Landlord, how many times we fuss at the TV and the TV don't talk back? But see, at least the TV talk back to you on YouTube and on Facebook. You can say something to boss and you might get it back. My boy Iceberg he was mad at me last week, but I was able to talk back because you know what? Because some of us, we get mad at our TVs and we talk at it and never talk back. You might rather say something and you might rather get me to talk back. And so that's the benefit of those who actually support us on social media and YouTube and these endeavors. And my boy landlord say all the time, man, exactly. We fuss at TVs and we don't get no responses. But you can fuss at me, you might get a response. But this the deal. All right, so now I saw everybody grade. We gonna do one more thing. One more exercise and I need everybody, okay. And my boy say, C, because I think they're done. Oh, hell no. No, Nick, no. No, this cannot be the reason for your C. My boy Nick he say, man, I'm giving him a C just because I just think they're done. Hey, C, bro, usually they don't even get started till week 2, week 3. So no way they done. There's no way. So go ahead and see. I want to see your grade based on where they are so far, not based on what you think they're going to do. I'm trying to see something. So don't give no grades based on how. I need your real grade. And my boy Montana say, I like the new avatar too, big dog. He say C could be an A+ if we. Oh, see, that's what I'm talking about. See, that's exactly my Montana. You stole my thunder. Hold on, let me get it off. I want everybody out. All right, I want everybody to see that. You probably already saw it, but see now, listen. I saw everybody grade. I saw all your reasons, and then I appreciate everybody who gave me the reasons. Did y'all notice everybody that had a grade lower than a B wasn't really grading current free agency? You know what I'm saying? Like the first person that gave it a C was like, well, I gave it a C just because I wanted Hopkins. And then my other guy, he said I gave it a C because I just think they're done. If everybody stick to the assignment, your grade is likely going to be an A or B. So what would make, now I want everybody to participate. I want to see names. I want to see names. I want to see names. What would make you up your grade? See, because right now, y'all haven't heard my grade. I'm giving the Dallas Cowboys an A-. But if I want the Dallas Cowboys to get 110, what would they do? If I want them to have 110, I'm gonna tell you where I would give them 100+ bonus, and on top of that, I will forgive all the sins of Amari Cooper. If I will forgive all the sins of Amari Cooper if they sign Bobby Wagner, and if they sign Fowler and Hankins. I wouldn't care about nothing else. They could literally stop. They could stop. And see, and it's funny, I'm reading the comments. Most of the people are saying the same people. It's 3 people left, Dallas. And I'm looking at most of y'all responses. Most of y'all are saying the same 3 that I'm saying. Fowler, Hankins, and Bobby Wagner. That would make me forgive all the sins of basically messing up the last 2 years with Kelly Moore. I will forgive it. I would put it in the sea of forgiveness. I would just say, you know what? You've learned your lesson and you're better. And, okay, my boy Q Dog. What's up, Coach Q? You went outside the box on this one. He said, Calais Campbell. Yep, he added a good one, though. That's a good one. That's a real good one. And I'm seeing Calais Campbell. His name is growing in the chat. I see that. I see it, and I'm loving it. But guess what? Even those guys are still putting with their guys that they want to add. They still adding the same. And see, that's why I want to first ask the question. I ain't want to give the answer. I want to ask the question. Because I want to see was Cowboy Nation seeing this like I'm seeing it. And from what I'm seeing, wouldn't y'all agree? Does it feel like we now about 3 players away? And let me ask you a question. If you got your 3 players, if you got Hankins, if you got Bobby Wagner, if you got Fowler, you telling me you wouldn't be feeling like we should win the Super Bowl? You wouldn't say it proudly?
Finesse 2 on.
You would. We just finessed 2 of them.
Finesse 2 on. Cool when they do it. It's a problem when I do it.
Yeah, because it's cool when other teams clearly add talent. See, but when we add talent like we doing, plus putting them under smart, good coaches like Dan Quinn, King Dan Quinn, oh, I can't be happy. I can't be excited. Shoot, hold on real quick. Somebody say Pitts. What about Pitts? What about Pitts? I want to know, what about Pitts? I would be cool with Pitts. But what cost? For what cost? I'll be cool with Pitts, obviously. But yeah, y'all, man, let me see if Coach Marv, I'm going to try to get Coach Marv in here. It's been a second since we got Coach Marv in here. Let me get Coach Marv in here. I still got to, oh, matter of fact, let me do this. I'm going to call some of the people that tried to call in today. So if you called, I'm getting ready to try to call you. I missed a couple of calls. So I'm going to try to call some of the people that called in today. at least one of you. I'm going to just try to get y'all in here real quick. You know, we got to, I have to use a kind of generic way to get these calls going. But hey, you got to do what you got to do. So y'all just give me 1 second. I'm making an outbound call. Give me 1 second. If they don't answer, I'm gonna call Coach Marv. We'll talk about this. Somebody asked, is David Montgomery available? The last time I checked, he is. The last time I checked, he's available. But see, I've been seeing stuff like, David Montgomery. I've been seeing, Kareem Hunt. Man, we should have kept Zeke. If we would have got any one of them, we should have just paid Zeke. Real talk. I would have rather us pay Zeke than even keep Cooper Rush. Oh. Shit. Yeah, but see, Rodney, is that what would make, Rodney, I'm gonna ask you a question. Rodney, would that make you give them an A+? That's what I want to know. With Bud Debris, and then Montana says, sins forgive by signing. Montana, you forgiving sins too, bro? Woo! Because I know Montana don't forgive no sins easy. Hold on real quick. My boy Montana said he forgiving sins. He said, sins forgiven by signing Wags, Fowler, Haskins, attempt D-Hop. He said draft O-line, DT in the first. I agree. Love it too. Second running back, wide receiver, third tight end, third, fourth offensive line, fourth or fifth QB and kicker. That's all in. That's what, man. But Montana said you got to do all of that for me to forgive your sins. I ain't mad at it. Let me try to call Coach, see if I get Coach on real quick. Y'all give me 1 second. Oh man, then we'll keep going. I'm just trying it this way because I want to have a backup. You know what I'm saying? I just want to have a backup in case my phones don't work again. I'm giving this a chance to work. I'm giving this a chance to work so I have some kind of way to get these phone going if I have another future technical difficulty. What's up, Coach Marv? We got you on the show.
Oh, man, it's a good day for the Dallas Cowboys, man. Dallas Cowboys, they stuck to their gun. They stuck to what they were trying to do in the offseason. I think I heard reports that they're quiet about Gilmore during the season last year, and I think they're quiet about Cooks during the season, and they stuck with those deals. They earmarked those players, and they worked their deals to get it.
Yeah.
And they're working their plan. Their plan is not to get salaries where they have to restructure or give money up front to extend guys to make them fit. Their plan is to get guys that fit in the cap space that they have, without having to do any adjustments. So that's their plan. Their plan is working well with those two acquisitions. I just want people to understand this. If we did those moves that you talking about making, if we signed Fowler, we get Hankins here. Only have to be a 1-year deal for Hankins.
Hey, Coach, hold on for 1 second. Ms. Charles say, you are not taking calls, you're making calls, big difference. No, I made calls. You must have just came in late, or you might have stepped away and came back. I made calls, they didn't pick up. So what's actually going on, for people that's misunderstanding, I'm testing this new way of getting people in here. Whether I make an outbound call or an inbound call, I have done both today, not just one. So sometimes y'all didn't hear me make the outbound calls from the people that called in, but I did. So I just want to be clear on that I actually did make outbound calls to the people who called in. But go ahead, Coach.
Yeah, I think if we make those two acquisitions, there's been word, and we have said, and I think the media has said that with our secondary with Gilmore and Diggs, that we probably got one of the best secondaries in the NFL.
We do.
But if you add Bobby Wagner to this lineup, and I think a lot of people get me confused when I say, like I put in the chat, Bobby Wagner, Michael Parsons, and Clark. You got two linebackers that run 4-3, one run 4-4, and now you can move Parsons around where offenses have to find him every play, because he don't have to really. He can be a linebacker, but he can be floating everywhere, and you still gonna put him at defensive end and pass downs, but he will have the freedom to run wherever he want, because you have to block those two guys. Because if you look at Clark is I believe myself, Clark is a superstar buddy. He just got to get the playing time. And you will have the best linebacker core in the NFL, bar none.
Yeah, bar none.
So if you got the best secondary and the best linebacker core, and I want people to, Hankins is a key to this thing, but I want people to understand this though. I know we're clamoring about the defensive line, but our defense, listen, you don't become a 5th-ranked defense in this league like we were last year, and a top 10 defense in this league like we were the year before, with your defensive line being garbage. They weren't garbage. They're definitely not nowhere close to being garbage.
Right.
I still believe, and I will say this, is that Bobby Wagner in this lineup will make your defensive tackles that you have look like they got new blood or something, because it's a difference
linebacker to defensive line, the defensive tackle is just like running back to offensive line. Running back can make an offensive lineman job much easier, make him look better, as well as a great linebacker make a defensive line look much better.
Right.
So, if we have, and I don't know if we'll do that because, again, Bobby Wagner doesn't fit into the plan, the plan that the Cowboys are putting out. Their plan is they're going to sign free agents. They may sign a person here and there, but they're not going to do no maneuvering to make it fit. It has to fit based on what the contract totals are. So, and to get Bobby Wagner in here, you may have to do a little bit to make it. You're gonna have to get some bonus money to make it fit like the Rams did last year. But I believe at his stage of his career, he sees all the moves that are being made, and he may make some concessions because you have to understand this, boss. If it's anybody out there we're looking for at this particular point in time, the rest of the players and the NFL players see the moves that the Cowboys making. They see the guys, and they're just as excited as they'll be just as excited about saying, okay, tell their agent, well, hey, let's just make it work because these guys I see these guys moving in the right direction, and I don't think they're gonna win this thing, so let's make it work. So that's when you start doing moves like this. You make it easier to get other little pieces at a little bit bargain deal because they see that you're making moves. If you weren't making no moves, they'd be like, oh, well, pay me. So now I think the Cowboys have to deal with that. But the main thing in this draft now is offensive line.
Yep.
And it's not that the offensive line is bad now. I think this offensive line now, and we want to talk about offensive line wasn't bad last year. The offensive line, you don't have a top-ranked offense like you had with a bad offensive line. You don't have two running backs that run for almost 2,000 yards in your offensive line bag. But you do need to tweak it. But we have to remember, Tyron Smith's deal this is Tyron Smith last year football. You don't give a deal like that with all these incentives, and it's basically a 1-year deal. That's what it's saying to you. What it's saying is, I want to make one last run. That's what that's saying.
Right.
That's what I want to
that's
make
all
one
it's saying.
last run at
Yep.
this.
Exactly.
And Zach Martin, we have to understand, Zach Martin signed a deal a while ago. His deal, if you look on paper, his deal is not up, but his 40 years are up. They done moved off. They ain't got no more 40 years to spread to Zach Martin. And Zach Martin cap hit next year is going to be $23 million. And you don't have no 40 years. So the Cowboys have to make some concessions that say that they may have to come off of Zach Martin next year. Or Zach Martin is probably 1 or 2 years left. I don't think Zach Martin wants to play till he's 15, 20 years. I don't think I never got that impression from him. Not saying he's not good, but getting 2 offensive linemen in this draft that can really play, one in the first round, and we got the luxury, boss, when we draft a lineman in the first round, then we got a luxury for him to be a swing tackle or a swing guard.
He should be a starter, coach. He should be starter. The swing tackle should be, to me, Tyron Smith.
Well, I'm going to say this, boss, and this is why I know Tyron's not going to be the swing tackle. When he gave that deal, and I know him and Jerry relationship, they are very loyal to Tyron.
Man, forget all of that. I heard coach, and I hear the loyalty and all of that. I hear that, coach, but he got to move around with that. Like, he got to move. I'm cool with the loyalty, but if you get one of these top graded tackles at the bottom of the first, then it'll be like, yeah, I am loyal to you, but I got to be loyal to the Dallas Cowboys first.
Let me ask you this question, boss. Would you sign a deal with all those incentives based on playing time, and they tell you that you know you ain't got a chance to start, you might well just say, I'll just sign a $5 million deal.
Well, I mean, if he signed all them deals, I put it like this: if you sign all them deals that's full of incentives and get beat out, that's cool. Cause see, we don't guarantee you a playing position, in my opinion, just based on your contract. We should guarantee you your playing time based on how you play and how you beat out that youngster in training camp. If you don't beat out that youngster in training camp, if you looking like you losing a step and that guy got more upside, then I'm glad you worked through this on this incentive contract. But hey, we got to go with the best man in his business.
I really do believe it, but that's not gonna happen. I can tell you that right now.
I would be grossly disappointed in the Cowboys if they let a conversation in the offseason literally dictate all 17 games. But if that happened, I'll roll with it.
I don't think Boss really truly, I really don't think their focus is going to be drafting a tackle in the first round. I really do believe they're going to draft a guard in the first round, because their plan is that if you get a guard, you always can move Tyler Smith back out the tackle, because they'll be comfortable with that, and you can have that guard there, because you definitely need a massive guard to be in there if you have a problem with Zach Martin. And we can't, and when you stack your team like this, you can stack yourself up for the injury problem, and you can put yourself in a better situation with the injury problem. That's why you know we're doing very well in the free agency, because we're plugging some holes, but we can now use the draft to maybe secure ourselves, because in a 17-game season, as it has in these last 2 years, we have had injury problems, and guys that stepped down, came down, and we had our depth is what's got us through, and now our depth on the offensive line may be compromised a little bit, because we got some guys we just don't know about with some guys out there that maybe come through as well. But yes, your point is your point is valid, and that's how you should do it.
But likely, I'll go with what you're saying, Coach. I'll say it like this, then, because there's also nothing wrong with kind of slow playing it too, to where you expect Tyron Smith to maybe get hurt, but have that tackle ready to go. You know what I mean? But anyway, that we kind of getting caught in the weeds of
I understand. It all comes down like the grass. The grass will show it.
Yeah.
I believe he's gonna get his first opportunity.
But your bigger point was this is trending towards us likely, and hopefully your bigger point was seeing us taking a tackle. That was your bigger point.
Right, because this is it. And I don't think Zach Martin we got guys that and hopefully we can get a guy that can play tackle and he can play guard, because like I said, we may have to wait a little while with Terrence Steele. We can't never say how a guy will recover when he had 2 torn ligaments in the league, because he did have 2. So we can't really say how he comes back, because we don't know how, sometimes we don't know how guys come back off injuries, because, certain players who've never been hurt don't come back off injury as fast. But we'll put ourselves in a good situation by handling the cornerback situation, where we don't have to be pressed with that, by handling receiver position in the trade, so we don't have to be pressed with that. And now we can do our thing, what we want to do in the draft, and get those pieces to be progressive thinking of the future and building a dynasty. I don't think the Cowboys trying to build a one hitter and quitter like the Eagles or
Rams.
Yeah. They're trying to build something for
consistent.
They're going to stay in power.
Right.
Stay in power.
They trying to get multiple cracks at it, and I like it.
Yeah, that's where, and that's where it is a good thing, because you hit on the drafts in the last couple of years. You really been hitting on the drafts in a while. So, but they're working their philosophy, and their philosophy is that they're not going to stretch anything. I believe that their philosophy is that when they're going to talk about, they're saving all cash money because they're trying to sign Diggs. They know they're gonna have to use some cash money. There ain't no doubt about you gonna have to, if you sign Diggs, you're gonna have to put some bonus money. There's no doubt about it if you sign Michael Parsons or CeeDee Lamb that you got to have some bonus money because there's no way to stretch them big contracts. They can't fit. There's no doubt if you're going to extend Dak, that's going to cost you some upfront money, and that's where they're spending it at. Everybody else, your contract got to fit in our parameters. All the cash is going to the guys that our core pieces.
Right.
So and that's a smart way if you can maneuver it and get good trades and get guys for stopgap in there. But yes, lineman is going to be a thing, and we probably going to go get a cornerback because you got to think about it. We're not going to get a cornerback early. But I think that's going to be a position we're going to look at because we know Gilmore may not play those 4 or 5 years. And by the time, if he do play 2 years, we had to make a decision on Kellen Joseph and Nashawn Wright because their contracts will be out. So
right.
We need that other guy there to be ready because we might not keep those guys. We might move on those guys.
Right.
And so they got money because if you look at the Cowboys roster and if you look at the salary cap thing, the Cowboys got more money because there's a lot of guys at the bottom of that salary of their structure that's counting like $750,000 towards the cap. The guys that we know that's not gonna make those teams, like Dennis Houston, people that may not have a chance to make this team. So they got some money where they can get rid of some of those guys that's very big long shots. So they still got some money. They're really maneuvering this thing so they can be in a position to have longevity. So yes, I would give them a B plus, A, because if they didn't make these trades, it looked just like they were doing the same thing they did last year.
Yep.
So if they did the trades, it was going through the same route that they were doing last year. But I think they were already working on these trades early in last year, but they couldn't pull the trigger, and they wanted to bring the value down on them. So they waited, and sometimes if you wait, you can bring the value down on them, but they kept in contact to do these things. So yes, one of the things I give them the best grade is they kept the damn mouth closed.
Yep.
That's the best thing because the way you make big deals and big splashes, you speak soft and swing a big stick. That's it.
Yeah, that's how they've been moving. This looked like Mike McCarthy in charge, coach. It looked like Mike McCarthy is truly running this thing because everybody knows that he's a stealth guy. He's a smoke screen guy. He hides his hand. He didn't even want cameras at a practice, and he didn't even want names on jerseys his first year. So this silence, all of this has the look of they have believed that Mike McCarthy is that guy. Hey, but coach, let me go ahead and wrap up everything real quick. I sure appreciate you, okay?
Yeah, man, I appreciate you, boss, and keep on pushing the word. And boss.
Yo.
You need to follow me on Coach Marvin when I'm got on Twitter, so you need to follow me. I'm following you, man, Coach Marvin 1914 on Twitter, brother.
Got you, coach. I got you, coach. I sure will.
All right, brother. Later.
All right, later. All right, so Rodney, you say I missed your super chat. I apologize about that, man. Let me see if I can find that real quick. I saw William Blackwell. He say, boss, have you heard anything on Hankins? I ain't heard one thing. But Hankins is a shoe that I'm waiting to drop. That's a shoe that I really, really want to drop. Him and Fowler, I put it like this. If they sign Fowler and Hankins, I might just take the month off. I might just take the whole, Rodney, I don't see you super chat. So Rodney, because I don't see you super chat, just go ahead and, hold on. Let me try to find it this way. Let me try to see if I can see it. Because I usually don't look at the show. I never look at my numbers. I try to stay consistent to my presentation by never looking at my numbers. All right, give me 1 second. All right, so let me see if I might be able to find it this way by looking in the show. Now, we do have too many people watching to have not as many likes. I mean, whatever I did to y'all, man, I apologize. Hold on real quick. But y'all should, okay. I see William Blackwell's. Rodney, I don't see your super chat. So Rodney, okay, hold on. I think I see, he say combo. He say, Rodney, I'm trying to look for your super chat. Hey, boss, you missed my super chat. Rodney, go ahead and put, he said, Cowboy Gumbo Greed. Can't see from Pitt. Is that what you're talking about? Can't see from Pitt? Yeah. But Rodney, I don't see it, man. I apologize. I don't see it, Rodney. Go ahead and leave another comment and I'll jump on it real quick. And then I want to make sure I got the black. So no, I'm black. I ain't see it. But no, we turning out good, man. Just I'm waiting on Rodney. But we looking good. Let's just be honest. We got fleeced. And put it like this. We fleeced ourselves. We didn't even get fleeced. We fleeced ourselves. And then we got another super chat from Blackwell. He said, if we sign both of them, I'm Super Bowl because we the best at drafting. I agree. That's what I'm saying. That's what I mean, Black, that I'm gonna just take the month off. Because if we sign both of them, you know we go likely kill the draft. And we already way better than last year. That's what I mean by I'm gonna take the month off. Yeah. Definitely. And then Park Street Life gave $2 on the super chat, man. I appreciate that. Also, I am trying something new with these phones. A backup little thing that I'm able to call out with. Y'all let me know, was y'all able to hear everybody? Because this could be my backup. I'm testing something out. Y'all let me know, could y'all hear Coach Marv good? How did Tariq? Is there anything that y'all would say could be better? Let me know now, because this could potentially be a backup for me if I have phone issues again. Because I'm trying to make sure that when I say we freestyling, that we can actually freestyle. I want to be able to freestyle. I could also convert to this new program that I have, which will likely be even better. And I could redirect all my calls through this new way that I'm doing it, where I wouldn't have to worry about it coming through my actual computer. So y'all let me know. I'm waiting on to see y'all responses on. Let me know, could y'all hear Coach Marv okay? Was the quality okay? Did anything break down? Okay, so Frank said he heard it loud and clear. Good. I appreciate that. Okay, so I'm waiting on anybody else to tell me what they thought of that. And then Matt says, sign Hankins for backup Super Bowl team, boss. I agree. And then D.A. Lee said it was cool. Appreciate that, D.A. And then Sheila said, sound good. And then Stephen White said, all good. All right, so we got us a good backup. That let me know going forward how to make sure to kind of have a plan A and a plan B. Y'all also know, this stuff is, obviously very techy. And then my boy Tariq said it was okay. Tariq, I think I fixed it after you. So what I'm gonna do is, Tariq, I'll call you back. Then my boy Tyrone Church say it was great. So I think I fixed it after you, Tariq. So when we do it again, Tariq, it should be better. Now I don't know how many years we took on Day Walker. I haven't looked at the details of Cook contract yet. From what I was hearing, it was around 12 million. But this the deal, man. And I heard Cowboy fans, Day Walker, complaining about it, talking about 12 million too much. It's like, man, sometimes we got to learn how to be happy. But see, this is what I'm going to say, man, Cowboy Nation. And I want y'all to really hear me out. Cowboy Nation, when was the last time? Like, this is a real question too. When was the last time it was week 1 and we was giving front office A's and B's? Cause see, y'all saw it. Oh, hold on. Park Street Life said, I like Izzy, stepped his game up. Yeah, see, don't even talk about Izzy. Yeah, I mean, yeah, 12 million. Oh, man, we better not be tripping. We better not be tripping over paying. Yeah, Steve White, crickets. Right. Crickets. Like, when was the last time? See, that's what I'm saying. Because last year, I'm going to be honest, I know people was angry at me because I was on Kellen Moore head. People was mad. I have no bad content this year. I have no content that's warning about something like a Kellen Moore. I don't. I have no warnings. I have no alarms to sound. I don't. The only thing I'm seeing is, can we be honest? The only thing I'm seeing is Dallas making damn good moves. And my boy Tommy say, in the 90s. And my boy say, I was still probably a virgin. I'm done with y'all, bro. Exactly. Dog. So, and this is my point. Because see, this is my point. Why would I be ashamed to say this year, maybe not last year, maybe not the year before. Okay, Rodney, he sent the super chat. The year before, but this year, I'm not ashamed to say we should win a Super Bowl. And see, you know, because a lot of people, we gonna want to be. I don't want to say Super Bowl yet. I don't want to think about it yet. I don't want to drink the Kool-Aid, boss. Nah, it's just logic. It's just basic. It's like, we are making better improvements. We got rid of the dude that was the biggest problem. Hold on, we got 2 super chats. Rodney said, I'll send another one. He said, sign Hankins, Fowler, Wagner or Bud Dupree, and tight end Schultz as a 4th weapon for Dak. That would give the front office my A+ grade. Yeah. You like Schultz that much? And that's cool. I mean, I agree with everything but Schultz. I don't think we need Schultz like that. I'm gonna talk about that tomorrow. I got a show coming up tomorrow where, listen, and I'm gonna get to your black super chat, Blackwell, but I got a good show coming up tomorrow too, y'all. And listen, I have not been wasting y'all time. All the stuff that we've been talking about in these video guides, for the most part, it's been happening. So we dealt with guard first, right? We dealt with guard, and then we dealt with, obviously, then running back, which is the day Zeke broke, right? I'm gonna get to you, D Shift. I see your super chat. Then obviously, you know, we dealt with that receiver. Then we dealt with running back. But see, in receiver, we was telling you about Brandon Cooks. I put in Twitter that likely that was going to be the guy. It was 2 guys that I said was likely going to be who we was going to get once we restructured Tyron Smith and Tank. I said it's likely going to be Brandon Cook. I said because we circle back. I put it on Twitter directly. That was my 2 guys that I predicted. It's right here. If you think I'm lying, I was asked by Marcus. He said, who do you think we go get with that restructure, boss? And I said Fowler and B. Cook. So I'm not wasting y'all time. So when I tell you I'm talking about tight end tomorrow, some of y'all go like it, some of y'all go hate it. You know what I'm saying? It just depends on what your thoughts are already. Now, if you got some pet cats, you ain't gonna like it. If you open to some cross-examination, you go like it. I think you go like it. And so then my boy William Blackwell said, front office getting a straight up A from me because it's competition everywhere right now. And with the Cooks deal, we can let Toba cook and see what we really have in him. I absolutely agree, Blackwell. And that's also going to put a lot of pressure. And I agree, that's going to put a lot of pressure. Well, it's going to take a lot of pressure off Toba too. I think now Toba can just kind of develop without pressure. And that's good for him. Because basically it's going to be like his rookie year again. So, let me see. Make sure okay, I got us another super chat real quick. And then D-Shift said, his guys is Cooks, and Gilmore or Anthony. I know. D Shiv, hold on, man. Let me show this comment, man. D, thank you, man. Hold on, let me find this. Let me show this boy. This boy D Shiv. Hold on, let me. Oh, D. Oh, D, this super chat so real, and this is what I'm trying to get people to see. D, bro, this is what I'm trying to get boys to see right here. He said Cook and Gilmore or Anthony and Noah Brown. So Anthony Brown, exactly. So I'm supposed to look at this type of upgrade and be like, Cowboys, they're gonna let us down again. They always let us down. See, D Shift, maybe a picture can show it. See, maybe a picture can do it. Let's just put up the picture. Which one which one gives you more inspiration? Just if we just D Shift, we try to tell him, D, we try to tell him.
You can't handle the truth.
It's okay to say that the Dallas Cowboys should, because I was in the barbershop today and my poll was like, what you gonna say about people that call you a fanatic? I'm gonna say, likely you're hating. And I'm being honest, you are a hater. And I really said that if you go watch the barbershop show that I did. I said take off the helmet and the sticker. If it was any team that went 12-5 twice and started free agency like us, everybody would say they should be favored to win the Super Bowl. I'm gonna say that again. Take the sticker off of Dallas, take the colors off Dallas, and you pick two teams who was 12-5, 2 years in a row, with the type of free agency that we already have starting and the type of people we have coming back, and everybody would say if it was their team, we should win it. But because it's the Cowboys, and because it's been so long since we actually got there, it got a lot of us holding our tongue and scared to say what we see. Well, I ain't scared to say what I see, damn it. And I see 12-5 getting better. And I don't care about us having a better record than 12-5. I want us to be better in big moments than those 2 years. Yeah. Yes. See D Shift, boy. See D Shift, boy. See D Shift going hard. That boy say those two lost you 4 games. D Shift, I don't get it, bro. I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best to explain why I'm not gonna be shy at all to tell people to their face we should win it. I will be disappointed if we even get there and don't win it. All these quarterbacks are gone out the NFC too. Man, please. Stick your chest out and say it. Again, when was the last time we saw I'm talking about, we had hundreds of people watching, and majority of the people that graded gave it an A- to a B+. When was the last time you've seen all us saying this together? My boy Blackwell say, boss, Gilmore and Cooks already getting the Cowboys hate. Exactly. As if it's an underrated signing. Exactly. But it's really huge, not just a weakness, but the position group. Man, exactly. Exactly, bro. Perfect super chat, Blackwell. Perfect. Like, yeah, it's only because it's the Cowboys that people not talking about how we finesse the teams. See, when we get finessed, the world know when we get finessed. We finessed ourselves. And I don't even think we got finessed. We finessed ourselves. We finessed ourselves with Amari Cooper over-believing in Kellen Moore, thinking that we can get Dennis Houston and Noah Brown to replace a number one. We really thought Schultz was going to be a better substitute with these old funky option routes and hot pocket than a dangerous, scary, explosive number one. So that's our fault. We fleeced ourselves. So yes, we was fleeced once. But see, now that we the ones finessing teams, we the ones that got Gilmore for a fit. Yeah, so you know what people see? If I put it like this, if this was Philly, you know what people be saying? Ooh, Howard, he's so genius. Ooh, Howard, he just keep that team strong year in and year out. Year in and year out. But because it's Jerry and it's Steven and it's Will McClay working together, people just yawning. They like they don't see what we all see and what you do see. And this is a contending team. The only thing that I know we need to do is reset the clock on Mike McCarthy. You messed up Mike McCarthy putting that Trojan horse in his way for 2 years. You messed it up. My thing is, what would we be if we never had Kellen Moore? What if Mike McCarthy with Dan Quinn this whole time was walking step by step and had that perfect synergy with Will McClay to go get them what they need so they can coach those guys up? Just what if? But I ain't gonna cry about that. I'm gonna move on from it, but I have not forgot. And I do want to say before I get out of here, man, great job, Mike McCarthy. I see your work. And y'all stay tuned for tomorrow, man. We're going to be coming out with more of this series that I'm doing. This video series that's doing a good job of keeping up with free agency. You know what I'm saying? And my boy say, I be going in on Howard. I do. And I mean it. See, some people think I'm trolling Philly. I ain't trolling Philly. I'm not. Because a lot of people, man, I'd rather have Howard. I would rather not be where Philly is right now. In terms of acquiring talent, I would rather not. No, I'd rather be where we are, where they had to do all of that last year just to try to keep up with us. Then they sign these Band-Aid corners and lose the safety that they really wanted. He's over at Detroit now. So again, Philly is melting away. They're melting away. And that's why I put it in their face every day on Twitter when I see Jerry, Steve, and Will make a move. And this is the worst part. We not even done. We not even done. So I'm going to continue to put in their face the facts that Jerry Jones is better than Howard. The only thing we needed to fix was the controlling and putting these old little weak dudes in the way. Like Kellen Moore. If we would have already had men running the show, real men running the show, then we would have already been showed the world that we are much better than that old funky green trash that smell like straight dookie. They go in one funky year and we pull up our skirt and we give it to them. Come on, Dallas. When we gonna have some pride in what we really got? Now, sometimes, yes, I do get upset with Jerry. Sometimes, yes, I do get upset with Steven. But when it comes down to building talent, I don't really got no problems with them boys. And I'm not finna suck up to no damn Philly because they got aggressive one time. I'm enjoying the meltdown. I'm enjoying the come up. I'm enjoying the meltdown. I'm enjoying that they melting down. So anyway, if you like this content, if you like to share and subscribe to Boss Cowboy Sports, make sure that you do just that. Make sure you hit that like and share and subscribe to Boss Cowboy Nation, because we're going to continue to give you this type of content, man. So y'all stay tuned. Obviously, y'all look forward to the final word as well. That's going to be dope. I can't wait to the draft show. You know that's going to be real dope with all of these moves. So it's getting ready to get very, very fast over here at Boss Cowboy Sports. Remember, and I'm going to mean this, and I'm just being honest with you. Trust me, eventually I'm going to say something that you don't want to hear. Trust me, I'm gonna say something that you don't want to hear, but I want y'all to know, whatever I'm telling y'all, trust me, I'm doing my best to tell you what I really believe is moving us closer to 6. That's the main thing I want you to know. Every now and then, just trust me on that. We will disagree. We will. But as long as you know that the mentality of the OC and the Boss Cowboy Sports is we're going to always fight to be loyal and never devoted. Y'all stay up. It's Boss Cowboy. Peace.
Boss Cowboy Sports, where your voice matters.
Yes, indeed. Let's go, man.
Cool when they do it. It's a problem when I do it.
Another one.
Run it up.
Finesse, 2 on.
We finesse 2 Ooh, finesse 2
Finesse, 2 on.
Boss Cowboy Sports.
That finesse 2 of them. Let's go, Dallas. Let's get it.
If we locked in, switching up.